Welcome back to the show.
We decided to talk about letting it go, and then I said to Gwen, "Wait, what are we doing again?" Because I had done such a good job of letting it go. I didn't even remember what we were going to talk about. Oh my god!
You've let it all go. We were talking about relationships and how challenging they can be. Especially intimate ones. And by intimate ones, I mean partners, parents,
ones,
kids,
yeah.
the ones that we're really in all the time. And that there are things that are said that have the opposite effect.
Right.
Things like, you just need to calm down.
Oh.
You got to let that go. Oh,
yeah,
breathe.
let that go.
Let it go.
Just
let
let it go. Just don't worry about it. Just let it go. Why are you getting so upset? Just let it go.
Yeah. Breathe. You got to breathe. You may want to take some deep breaths.
Yeah. Don't you want to slap me when I say that? Yeah.
Do you know what I want to do?
Yeah.
We're lucky we don't have weapons in the house. Like what?
But that said, the letting go thing, maybe not someone else commanding you to let go, but learning for yourself on how to get to a let go place is so empowering, right? It's the proverbial, I tell my clients, especially in a relationship sort of thing, I said, okay, so now I want you to, you've played tug of war some point in your life, most people have, and you're pulling and you're pulling. And how do you, I said, first I ask, how do you win the game? Win it. And they say, well, pull harder, outpull the other person. I said, okay, how do you just stop the game? Pull harder. I'm like, no, it's different. How could you stop the game? Just stop the struggle.
Yeah.
And people really stop and they're like, I don't know.
Drop that
what do
rope,
I do?
baby.
And I say, drop the rope. And usually the very first response is, but then I'm not winning. And I say, it's okay. That's really good insight. Do you need to win? Right. So I'll ask myself, am I needing to win in the circumstance? Am I wanting to win in the circumstance? Can I ever win in this circumstance? Right. And if I know there's no way I can win, we do this little prayer. I do this little internal prayer at the start of every single day that a certain someone, I love the memes online. There will come a day when you will hear cars honking and pans and people out in the street dancing, and no one has to say what it is, right? But I can't let that go completely because it feels like it affects me all the time, but I have to let it go at the same time because I can't control it. Like, what aspects of that can I control? My students are now super anxious, and we don't even know at this point what the federal aid is going to be for graduate students at this point. The Department of Ed has said we'll still allow more money for people in medical school and in law school and in dental school and in chiropractic school of all things, which is very strange. And we sort of say psychologists, professional schools should be in that same boat.
100%.
And we don't know yet. So when my students are having real fear about, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get loans next year, with this climate going on. If we just said, let it go, we as a school that are dependent on students having money to be able to come there saying, let it go. Probably not real adaptive. Now, it might let my anxiety go. It's not going to solve any problems. I can't alone do anything to change policy or whatever it is. But one of our governing bodies for professional schools, something called NCSPP, and APA are putting together briefs to go to Congress with the say we should be in. So they're doing those things that I can't do here in Seattle and in my little room, So I have to let that go, right? Knowing that there are other people that are in positions to do something about it. And then me letting it go actually helps. For me, I needed to know there are other people working on it to do that, right? And I'm like, okay, I trust those are the best governing bodies to afford that change. And I'm not going to lose sleep over it because there isn't anything I can do and we'll see what happens, right? versus just let it go. Like when my dog first got sick, let it go. She'll be fine. She wouldn't have been fine without medical intervention. That's not the time to let it go, right? And it's so hard to know when you can let some go, when you can't. But what you should know is someone else telling you to let it go is never good because they don't necessarily know what's going on inside of you, right? My wife will
Yeah.
say that, oh, I just let it go. And I said, that's great that you can do that. I can't. On this particular thing, I feel like I can't let it go. And then for her, instead of saying, well, too bad for you then, she'll just say, what can I do to help? That's great in terms of I'm having a hard time letting this thing go. How can I get some aid in that, right? But it can be super patronizing when someone just says, why are you so upset? It's not a big deal. Just let it go. Do you not think that if I could just let it go, I would have
I would have.
let it go? Yeah, I can't.
I hear this a lot when in parenting,
Oh,
when
yeah.
systems want parents to let their kids go, and what do I mean by this? Like teenagers and young
Hmm.
adults, like you just need to let them go. You need to let them do their thing. You need to like, right?
Oh,
And I think like because there is an underlying anxiety or
hmm,
distress related to the attachment of
yeah,
this.
yeah,
What I say is you can't expect someone to let it go if they've nothing to let go to.
yeah. Because then they're just falling down a big ditch. Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like as parents and uh, uh, I can't just, I think that a lot of things that are happening at the collegiate level when parents are dropping off their kids for their freshman
Mm-hmm.
year is almost abandonment
Yeah.
because we've not prepared these young people
Uh,
for this transition.
uh,
You know what I mean? So I'm like, what are we like what are we letting go to? Like,
yeah.
if I like a parent that I'm working with, we're really working on transportation because their teen
Mm-hmm.
really, really wants to go different places, but by himself. He's almost
Mm.
18.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a pretty significant motor coordination
Issue. Yeah.
issue. And so driving for
Yeah.
him is really tough because his reaction time is probably not going to be
Right,
it's
right.
not going to be safe for him or other people. But I said, but that so he really wanted to then hop on an e-bike, to which his mom was like, uh,
Yep.
that's really like he's going to get run over by a car.
Yep.
And he was like incessant that insist, no, no, I'm not, no, I'm not, no, I'm not, I'm
Mm-hmm,
fine, I'm
mm-hmm,
fine, I'm fine. Um, And I said, but there are other ways to get you transported.
mm-hmm.
And one of those is like a ride share. We
Yeah.
can ride share. And she was
Yep.
just like, oh no, 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 no. I was like, well, we gotta
Oh,
find something. So
yeah.
basically we just set up a plan
Yeah.
where she was gonna ride with him in the beginning and she
Mm-hmm.
was gonna identify what was worrying her,
Oh,
which
okay.
she did. And I
Yeah.
said, okay, what would he need to do to show you
Instead of it just
that
becoming this big thing that's not defined, you're defining
right,
it. Yeah.
right. So then we would set that goal. We'd work out. She'd go with him again, and then we'd do it
Mm-hmm.
again. And
Yeah.
finally, got to this place where she's like, "I don't have anything left," and it's like, okay.
Oh.
So what do you think about this? He goes by himself the next time, and
Mm-hmm.
the next time after that, you go with him, and you double
Mm-hmm.
check it,
Mm-hmm.
or you drive behind and you
Yeah.
watch for that time that you
Yeah.
don't go.
Yeah.
And if there's something you see, we work on that. You ride with him again,
Right.
and then you let him go once. And
Yeah.
then it went to every other,
Yeah.
and we did it again. And we
Yeah.
went to every third, and then we did it
Right.
again, and every fourth. Like this took, I don't
Yeah.
know, 8 months.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But guess who's now taking access on his own?
Yeah.
Like
And mom is probably less anxious in letting
totally.
go. Yeah.
And now it's like, okay, like let's look at an Uber. Let's look at a Lyft,
Nice.
especially when he turns 18.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
talk
Yeah.
about
Yep.
that. Like, and so,
Yep.
and we're going to just follow the same protocol, which is not going to
Mhm.
nearly take as long,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
But it's like she needed something to let go to. She needed a
Yeah. Right.
plan
Yeah.
to ease her anxieties that are real about
Yeah.
something she deeply cares about, her
Yeah.
son
Right.
and his
Right.
safety. We
Yeah.
understand, like like, it's not so hard, and so, like, the other place that I hear "let it go" is when systems want parents just, "You gotta let go." It's like, but wait,
Mhm.
you've not demonstrated anything to let go to. You've not
Yeah.
shown them that you're mindful or intentional about their educational preparation or their
Yeah.
life skills preparation.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
exactly? They believe that their kid's getting, glorified babysat in a
Yeah.
parking spot.
Like, if you've
It
never taught your kid how to do laundry, how can you expect them to
Right,
know how to do laundry?
right.
Let
It's
alone at, like,
different. Yeah,
laundromat
and
because they never been to one or something. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, and it's different, to say they can't do it or they're not. They
Yeah.
won't.
Or
You
they're not
know,
prepared.
they're
Yeah.
not prepared.
Yeah.
And so how do we, back to our previous, episode, like
Yeah.
how do we teach and support and reduce that support gradually along the way?
Yeah.
That's not an all or nothing endeavor.
I really like
Um
that what you're saying though. What do you have to let go to? So
mhm,
what popped into my mind was like somebody having a meltdown in a highly stimmed environment and they're cooked.
yeah,
If you just say let it go, it's not going to work. If you say if we left right now, can you let it go? I mean, you're saying you're giving it to that thing. We're leaving.
yeah,
Or had a client that had a lot of people staying at their house. Were staying at some rental house they got, and he just went into one of the bedrooms for like 4 hours. I said, "Did you tell anybody where you were?" And he said, "No." I said, "No one came to check on you?" "No." It was great. So it part was such a watershed thing because it's like he can just take care of himself. And then
yeah,
when he came back out, everybody's like, "Oh, hey, cool." So he had something to let go too, which was sort of that self efficacy of I'm just going
yep,
to take myself out of this super stim environment, right?
yep,
Versus just to let it go. Like, what's wrong with you? Why are you so anxious? Why are you freaked out? Just stop it. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I didn't think to. It's like my ex used to say, his mom used to say to him all the time, be careful. And so his rebuttal always was, "Oh, be careful. I thought you meant be reckless." So, and then he'd say that to her, like, "Oh," and then she'd stop doing, even as an adult, right? So that sense of just giving a command for something, stop being depressed, stop being anxious, stop crying. I got a lot of stop crying. Why are you so
oh yeah,
sensitive?
yeah,
Versus what can you release to is so important,
yeah. It's
especially with
very
kids. Yeah.
totally, and what
Mhm.
happens is it's minimizing and dismissive and
Yeah.
diminishing. And our instinct then is to create room for ourselves and space for
Hmm.
ourselves. And I
Yeah.
think this is exactly what happens with teenagers in many ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I tell you, when we're not having conversations and I'm not understanding what your
Hmm.
experience is as a teenager, because even though I was also a teenager once, I'm a different person than you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
Exactly.
because I was a teenager does not mean that I understand your experience as a
Your experience,
teenager.
because it can be very different. That's right. Yep.
So I feel like, in many ways, like this for me is like so interesting. The other thing that I'll say to parents is like one of the best gifts that you can give your child is your ability to control yourself.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
right? Because you do need to be able to manage your own
Yeah.
emotions and reactions in the midst of probably the largest stressor in your life. And I
Oh,
don't mean
yeah,
to say
yeah.
that's a negative thing. I just mean that we usually care very deeply about our children, so they stress
Mhm.
us out. Um,
It's
you
so funny,
know,
I've seen some videos recently of people dropping off their kids and they're crying how hard it is, and it's gonna sound terrible. I was like, "Why are they crying?" Because my experience was so much like my parents were like, "Oh, yay, we're finally rid of you. Get out of here." Right? And so that sense of aren't all parents super happy when their kids leave
oh
because
my
now they
god.
finally have the house to themselves? And I was like,
No.
"Oh, that's not everybody's
Oh, I'm
experience."
gonna be one of I think about it now and I want to cry. I'm like tearing up just thinking about dropping me off
Oh,
at
yeah, and
college.
then so
I
I
like
tried to think like if that were
yeah.
like, something that I love dearly and then I wasn't gonna see that thing or that person every day, I'd be like, yeah, I'd be sad. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um
Gosh.
Yeah, so this idea of letting go, but like how do we create space
Mhm.
for to honor, I think, people's
Yeah.
experiences, and
Yeah.
that honoring someone's experience is not necessarily colluding, is
Right.
not necessarily enmeshment, is not
Mhm.
necessarily um coddling.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
know, like, I feel like a lot of times when we move into honoring people, and their experiences, that's where people go. That's where
Yeah.
their minds go.
Yeah.
Um, so, yeah, this
Well,
idea
really,
that
it's a
if
skill building. I mean, think about it.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
What can you let
yeah.
go to? Yeah.
What can you let go to?
Yep.
Um, I always sometimes, I'll talk about like escape plans.
Mhm.
So this
Yeah.
inevitably comes up in like parties where
Mhm, mhm,
one of my
mhm.
clients, I said to him, because he's like, I really want to go to this party to honor my grandfather, but I
Mm.
hate parties and they're really
Mhm.
hard for me. And it's in an enclosed space. And I'm like such a
Mm.
germaphobe, like
Mhm,
I
mhm.
don't, it's really hard. And I said, what would, how do you want to honor him in
Mhm.
his 90th birthday? It was a big one.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
I want to go and I want to say happy birthday and I want to give him a gift and get out.
Mhm.
And I was like, that's what you do.
Do that.
And you know
Yep.
what he said?
Yep.
I can't leave until the party's over. I was like, "You
Oh, yeah,
absolutely
yeah.
can.
You can,
You
yeah.
can." He's
It's
like,
not against the
"What?
law.
What? I can leave a
Yeah.
party early?" I was like,
Mhm.
"Yes." He's like,
Mhm.
"I really wish I would have known that."
Ah, right. Yep.
You
Yep.
know? And it's like, it's how can we look in at the middle? Like, how
Yeah.
can we move away from all or nothing? I
Yeah.
either
Yeah.
go the whole time or I don't go at
Don't
all.
go at
Like,
all. Yeah. Yeah.
neither of those ends honors what I want or
Exactly.
can do.
Yep. 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 There's
So,
no place to go to. There's no letting go to a thing. Yeah.
right.
You're committing to something you hate fully, which is awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other
Yeah.
thing too is telling someone to just knock it off or
Oh.
stop or like even when we're working and raising young children, you
Mhm.
don't say stop hitting your sister. You say
Yeah.
please keep your hands to yourself.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
need something to do? What's
Yeah.
going on?
Why are you hitting
Why
your
are you
sister?
hitting your
Yeah.
sister?
Yeah.
Uh, this is what we do, not knock
Mhm.
it off. How many
Yeah.
times have I told you to knock it off? Like, I
Yeah.
hear that.
Yeah.
Stop doing that. Stop doing that. No, don't
Oh
do
my
that. Don't stop it.
god. Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
you need to fill the space with
Yeah.
something else.
Yeah.
That's just not the way our minds work
Yeah,
as
and
human
like the
beings.
Adlerian idea is find out what the goal of the behavior is. Why are they hitting their sister? What's going on there? Learn more
What,
of the why. Yeah.
yeah, the
Yeah.
communication.
Yeah.
What is behavior saying,
Yep.
communicating to
Yep.
us?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
So, if you are someone that doesn't like to be told to knock it off, to let
Yeah.
it
Let it
go,
go. Let it
why are
roll
you
off your
like
back.
this?
Yeah.
Why are you like this? That always works with me. When someone
Oh
says,
yeah. Why are you like this?
"Why are you like this?"
Oh my god.
I have discovered, Dana, about myself when I get angry and my bandwidth has been so
Understandably low lately.
low that my irritability and agitation is high.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And I have learned that when I am at these levels and I have, because I feel things so deeply. I mean, this is a
Uh-huh.
thing that I'm learning more and more about myself. Like
Uh-huh.
I truly am, and like I never thought. I always knew that I could pick up on people's emotions, but I really
Yeah.
think like I really am crossing that line into like true
Yeah.
empath, like
Yeah. Yeah.
deeply, deeply, deeply. And I'm
Yeah.
overwhelmed by emotion. My own
Yeah.
emotions, I'm overwhelmed
Yeah.
by.
Yeah.
I should not open my mouth
Hmm.
when my emotions are high.
Oh, because especially if someone else there, it's not gonna go well. Yeah. I do that a lot at work in our meetings. I just keep my mouth shut because I get so, I'm like, this is gonna go well. I'm just gonna shut up.
I'm not
Mm-hmm.
productive.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not communicating effectively.
Yeah.
I definitely do say things I regret.
Yeah.
I mean, and so I said, you know what? That idea of letting the wave of emotions pass because the
Mm-hmm.
intensity inevitably passes
Yeah. Yeah.
for me is not diminishing my own feelings. It
There you
is
go.
getting to a space where I can be effective
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
for myself in my communication. But oh my gosh, the things that I want to say, or I don't say want to say, but want to come just flowing right out of my mouth,
Yeah, yeah. Oh god. Yeah, not good. Yeah.
thumbs down on that.
Mhm. Mhm.
So for me, resisting the urge
Knowing to
to
clamp down is important. Yeah, exactly. Then come back to it later when you are rational. Yeah,
but and
have
if
the
it's still
bandwidth.
there and it's still lingering and there's still an
Mhm.
aftertaste, that typically lets me know something
Yeah,
probably needs to be communicated here.
that's right.
But if it's gone and it's like, whoa,
Mhm.
woohoo.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
See, see, guys, therapist, psychologist, even though we have the tools and the techniques, doesn't mean that we
Doesn't
always
mean we
practice
apply
them.
them well to ourselves
It's
all the
hard.
time.
It's
Yeah,
really hard in the
yeah,
moment. Very, very hard in
that's
the
right.
moment.
Very hard. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
here's to being human. Dana, cheers. I know you have a Diet Coke
Yes,
there.
I
Cheers.
do. Yeah.
This is
Mhm.
coffee. So,
Yeah, yeah.
all right, everyone. On that note, let
Let
it go.
it
No, just kidding.
let it go. We will now let you go to your regularly scheduled program. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right, everyone. We will catch you in the next episode. Bye. Be good to you. Be good to
Bye.
others. Bye.